So today a new brand came to Sephora. Honestly, it's one that I'm excited about because it just means the brand is going to become that much more accessible. Prada Beauty is at Sephora. Anytime a new brand that I'm excited about comes to Sephora, it's a good day because I love to order from Sephora. Fast shipping, what can I say? So I did pick up 3 of the 5 items that Prada Beauty does have at Sephora. I ordered these though from Selfridges, so it did come in a Selfridges bag. I ordered them a few weeks back, not knowing it was coming to Sephora, so I thought today was the perfect day to break in the products. We're going to be doing a wear test today. So I did choose to skip out on the $50 moisturizing lip balm. I don't want to spend $50 on a clear lip balm for a brand I've never tried. But I did pick up the foundation, which so many of you guys said was amazing. I picked up one of the eyeshadow palettes. So they do have a few different color options. And then I picked up one of the lip colors. They have 2 different kinds, a soft matte and then a hyper matte, and I'll explain the differences when we get there. Let's start off with the skin. So as far as I can tell, it looks like Prada Beauty, at least today, is online only. I'm sure they're testing the waters, but I feel like, especially when Prada Beauty gets more products out on their line, they're gonna have a kick butt end cap or display at Sephora. I bet you it's gonna be stunning. So let's start off with the Reveal Skin Optimizing Refillable Soft Matte Foundation. Here's what the box looks like that it's going to come in. It's 1 fluid ounce and it's made in France. Love to see that because it definitely is a luxury price. We definitely want it made in a luxury place. The foundation itself is $70. I have a thing for luxury foundations. When they hit, they just hit so good. So I hope this gives me that luxury look. I can tell there is a look. But you can also pick up the refillable version, which looks like it's not in stock yet at Sephora, but it's $55. So once you purchase the bottle, you can keep that. So $70 on the first pop, $55 on the second pop. But you can probably use this without the packaging. However, if you're going to put the money into Prada Beauty, this packaging, she is weighty, she is hefty, she is gorgeous. So there are 33 different shades in the line. I picked up the shade LN25. This also has SPF 17 in there. And it has ingredients that, you know, skincare ingredients that are supposed to help your skin over time. I don't know if it actually does that. But vitamin E, niacinamides, lactobacillus extract complex. Anyways, it's supposed to have some skincare in there. The finish is matte with a medium coverage. And it's supposed to give a soft matte look, which I really think is beautiful because it does really good if you have a lot of pores, a soft matte finish. Seamless, flexible coverage. Now, if you look at kind of the marketing of the brand, it's very futuristic if you watch the videos. This optimizes light diffusion in real life and on screen with the IRL micro filter technology, aka the filter, it's because it's a soft matte finish, so hopefully it's going to blur the pores. But despite its soft matte finish, it says we're going to feel moisturized with a healthy glow. Okay. Enough talking, let's get into it. Packaging is so stunning. It's what I'd expect from Prada Beauty. You know, they have to come in luxe. It's such a luxury brand. And then for the refillable aspect, you literally just pull this out. So this is 15 bucks right here. And then you can put the new one in. But you can totally just buy this without. It's glass. It feels nice, but it does look like a little lab sample-y. Anyways. Here's with the packaging. I forgot to mention with the box as well, the inside is that Prada minty green color, which is really pretty. Okay, I have like a pump and a half out here. Now, I saw in a lot of the demos that they were doing, they were really harping on that this can be applied with fingers. I don't know if that's how I'm going to choose to do it, but we'll test it out. This shade's a little light on me. What shade is this? LN25? Whatever. Ooh, it does have a really easy blend with finger, though. Oh, by the way, my skin type, I have normal to dry skin. It's leaning a little bit more dry right now, but I put on a heavy duty It Cosmetics, their moisturizer, which is amazing for dry skin. That blended in really nice with the finger. Wow. Really, really good with just a finger, but let's see what we can do with a brush. So I do like to use my finger to like spread the product out, and then I like to use a brush to push the product in. We're definitely gonna need some bronze today. It's okay, most of my foundations are too dark for me anyway, so it's nice to have something like this to mix. It does have kind of like a soft powdery smell to it, similar to like the Guerlain powders, but much more subtle. I think it smells really nice, but there is a very subtle fragrance to it, but I don't think it's anything crazy. And that blended in really beautifully with the brush as well. I do think the finish is more natural when you use a finger. Finish is more full coverage. With a brush, I'm going to continue to use a brush. I liked how this applied with a brush. This is a BK Beauty A101, by the way. Nice and fat to push the product into the skin. Get some on the nose, the mustache, and the chin. And I'm going to put just a little bit more here on the cheeks to see the buildability of this. It is a little bit buildable, but it's definitely not a full coverage product. It's more medium, like a natural medium coverage. Okay, let me bring the mirror closer and let's get a nice look at it. Since it is a little bit lighter than my natural skin tone, it's not a bad match on me, but it is a little bit lighter, so that lightness will emphasize dryness a little bit. But overall, I think it looks really nice on the skin. It looks very smooth. I see it is a soft matte finish. It's not a drying matte finish. I find soft matte finishes to be quite versatile in the skin types that they're going to work with. And it feels very lightweight. I'll definitely give it that. It does look a little funny here on my nose. I think my foundation brush was just a little bit too big, so I lost some control there. Let's do a more controlled round here. I'm going to use a sponge. I think this one is from Tarte. But like I said, my skin is dry, so the dry patches are going to be there. Overall, the finish is quite skin-like, I do have to say. Very lightweight feel, skin-like, soft matte finish. It definitely does not feel like a layer over my skin, and it doesn't look like a layer of makeup is over my skin. It's become one with the skin. It looks really pretty. We're going to let that settle down and move on to the next product. Okay, eyeshadow. And now when it comes to like these luxury house eyeshadows, you know I've taken a break from them because they're crazy priced. I mean, I think I'm very happy with like high-end mid-range eyeshadows because this is $80, you guys. $80, but this is the Prada Dimensions Durable Multi-Effect Eyeshadow Palette. There are 6 different color stories for you to choose from. I chose the one that, of course, is sold out at Sephora right now, but Portrait is the one that I chose. And what I thought was interesting about these is they are inspired by the iconic prints from the house archives of Prada, and then they specifically have 3 neutrals and 1 eccentric accents shade. So when you look at them, you can definitely see there is 1 pop shade for sure, and the rest are quite wearable. I'm looking, I think Profusion looks really great if you want cool tones, and then it has that fun chartreuse shade. That one looks really pretty. But yeah, I felt like choosing the colors for these was a bit difficult until now that I understand that there are 3 neutral shades and then 1 pop shade. If you're a neutral wearer like me, go off of the neutral shades and then take into consideration, of course, the pop shade. But if you're a color wearer, let the pop shade guide you. Anyways, this is also a refillable product. Where are we made in? Made in France. 24-month shelf life. The packaging's really beautiful. The box is similar to what you're going to find with the foundation. Very luxe. Now it is refillable, so to get rid of the eyeshadow, you push on the triangle here. See, magnetic opening. It does have a nice mirror. And then here are the 4 eyeshadow shades. So this is a quad. And then this part right here, this square, is what will come out. And the refillables are $65 versus $80. I don't know that I'm a big fan of refillable products and packaging, but that's what you do have here. And there are 4 different finishes as well. I haven't touched these yet, so I'm excited. There's a hyper matte, a satin, a metal foil, and a soft matte finish. And they do come with unnecessary cheap, like extremely cheap. This is like straw brushes. Anyways, let's swatch these. So we're going to start off with the hyper matte, then we'll go satin, then we'll go metal foil, and then soft matte. So here's what they are looking like. I would say the texture of these, based on how they look in the pan, isn't normally something that I'd go for. But they have like a soft, slippery feel to them. So here's the hyper matte. I didn't press hard, so I'll build up. This is the satin shade. It definitely has a little bit more glimmer in there. I wouldn't call this a metal foil. This isn't the most reflective shade. It's just a true shimmer. And here's the soft matte. So they definitely have a softer pigmentation level. But with luxury shadows, sometimes that's really nice on the eyelid. And these definitely feel like textures that are going to be really great for more mature eyelids. I do want to build up to see what we can get pigmentation level-wise. But I mean, in terms of swatching, I'm not particularly in love with how these are swatching, if I'm being 100% honest. I'm not going to judge too far because we haven't put these on the eyes, but I don't know. I like the way a Charlotte Tilbury swatches better. Let's get these on the eyes. I do have a little bit of the Fenty Hydrating Concealer blended over, and then Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion on top. Okay, we're going to start off with the satin shade and blend that in the crease of both eyes. I do like this color story. It's very simple, nothing super unique, but again, if you just take away that purple, you can really see the neutral tones of this. But then the purple is fun as well. So this satin shade has a little bit of warmth to it. Very pretty. When I was in Spain at El Corte Inglés, they had a whole Prada Beauty stand. It's definitely a lot more impressive to see the line and all of the colors because they do have a limited selection of product, but they have a lot of colors within the product. So it's much more impressive to see in person in the store. I should have gotten shade match there. I'm a dummy-dumb. Anyways, that's pretty. Okay, let's see how the hyper matte does. I just want the tiniest bit. There was no fallout with this at all, and it did grab a good amount of pigmentation here. This is definitely like a true luxury style formulation. Buildable, easy to blend, you know, just really great for looks that you don't have to think about. They kind of do the work for you application-wise. Okay, let's see what the purple can do. It is a soft matte finish. I'm just going to put this on the outer half of the eyelid. It's pretty, but it's definitely soft. It gives a little bit of purple, a little pop of color here, but it isn't overwhelming. It is more of a wearable, approachable take on a purple. Very chic. Put this all over the lid. I would put this all over the lid, but I do want to test the metallic foil shade. And I am noticing that with each added layer, the pigmentation is increasing. So this is definitely a buildable purple. It's actually quite good quality and very customizable because it actually got relatively vibrant with the build. And I didn't think it looked bad with just a sheer layer on the eyelid, but it looks even better layered up. I mean, these are not bad quality eyeshadows by any means. I don't know if this is worth $80. And this soft matte is still really, really nice for mature eyelids. It's not going to dry out the eyelid. Okay, let's see this metallic foil, which did not look like a metallic foil to me. It's definitely more foiled and pretty on the eyelid. It's picking up very easily on the brush as well, which is really great because sometimes I do knock a brand if they don't apply good with a brush. It's not a necessity, but it's always good to have that versatility here. That's pretty. It's not wowing me, but it's definitely more impactful and more foiled on the eyelid than it is by swatch. I know this look isn't anything crazy, but I wanted to get all of the shades on my eyelid. So I'm taking the purple, and you're not getting any fallout with this, so you can do face makeup first. I'm going to take just a little bit of the dark brown just to smoke out the lower lash line here. And then I'm going to try this matte up top here, pressed along the lash line as eyeliner, which it's not amazing at. It's just not as impactful as I need it to be. It is softly defining the upper lash line, so it does do a little bit, but it doesn't do a lot. Okay, I'm going to pop some lashes on real quick. I have not popped on a pair of falsies in forever. I missed my falsies. But let's go ahead and finish off with the last product, which is the monochromatic soft matte refillable lipstick. Again, we're playing off of that refillability. So without the refillable, like I mean with the packaging, $50. $50 for a lipstick. If you want the refillable size, it is $40. So save $10 after you purchase the $50 one. The packaging, again, I love what they've done here. It's very pretty and definitely true to Prada's style. The lipstick is also made in France and also has a 24-month shelf life. Now there's two different finishes, a soft matte and then a hyper matte. The difference is with the soft matte, it's supposed to give more of a diffused look. It's a buildable coverage, so it's more adjustable. It starts off softer. And then the hyper matte, which I did not purchase, is supposed to give you defined edges, and it's like one stroke coverage. So it's going to give you more impact and oomph on the lips. And then how they relate it to their brands, listen to this. If you're familiar with the materials that they use and their product line, the hyper matte is supposed to be like their Saffiano leather depth. And then the soft matte is supposed to have the nylon texture luminosity. So if you're familiar with the brand, the bags that they're referring to, the materials that they're referring to, that's how they related them. A bit of a stretch if you ask me, but anyways, I have the soft matte, we're going to use it. There's a lot of colors in this range, a lot. I wanted to go with a shade that I thought I would use a lot since it was $50, didn't choose to go fun here. I got Blush is the shade, and it's just a soft pink. So my lips look crusty. They're not, they just look it. But let's apply this without a lip liner first. Now the embossment on the lipstick is so pretty, and the triangle shape at the top is supposed to make it easier to apply. I don't know about that. It honestly feels a little unstable, like it's shaking around in here, and that has to do with the refillable aspect, but I don't like that, okay? I just don't. The shape made it very easy to cover my Cupid's bow. So this is with one layer. We're going to test the buildable coverage, but honestly, this type of product, the blurred look, lip, soft matte, whatever, this type of matte finish is really great if you don't like lip liner. This will just add a little bit of color to your lips. Let's add a second layer here. Already the shape is dulling down. So I don't see the shape lasting, and I can see like once this dulls down, this shape could be a little bit messy. Okay, there is a buildable color here. This is a pretty color. It doesn't feel drying. It's definitely not like a hydrating or shiny lipstick, but it's a pretty matte lipstick. I do feel the need though to apply a little bit of lip liner. It got more peachy and vibrant as I layered it up. This is Rephr Ink Velvet Lip Liner in Rosy Nude. So I personally like the look of a defined edge, but a softer inside of the lip. So I think that this does good with a lip liner. But no, I feel like this is nice, beautiful, buildable coverage. However, She's $50. I wouldn't feel right recommending a $50 lipstick, but it's not bad. It's good. The day is young. The wear test is just now beginning, but I want to give you my first impression, starting off with the foundation. Now that everything has settled, I did set with a little bit of a powder that I'm very comfortable with. I used powder blush and powder bronzer, did not use a highlight, so the glow that you see, the luminosity that you see is due to the foundation. So overall, I don't think this foundation gives like a filter-like effect. I feel like it's very true to how my skin looks. It feels lightweight. It almost soaks into the skin. Coverage doesn't disappear or anything, but like what was there before is there after. So the pores that I have right here, they aren't blurred at all. They're still there, but they're not emphasized. It's kind of like they look like they looked before I put the foundation on. My skin just looks more even. It didn't really give me any sort of blurring or difference in that effect. The skin that was dry is still dry, so it didn't improve any of the things that I would like to have been improved, but it also didn't enhance it. So this is a very true to life skin finish foundation, if you ask me. With its softer matte finish, I feel like that's going to be great for a wide variety of skin tones. But if you want a foundation that's going to even out your skin tone, but like literally still look like skin, you might really enjoy this. We'll see how it wears. As far as the eyeshadow, I mean, it's fine. It's a good formula, really great for mature skin types. But you know, for $80, I personally am not running back to buy another color. If I'm gonna spend $80, honestly, I like Tom Ford better. I like Charlotte Tilbury better. I like some Dior better, depending on the Dior. But no, it's not a bad formula, but Prada isn't going down on my list as one of my favorite luxury eyeshadow brands. Sorry, the sun is like out and about, but it's fine. It's a good formula, but definitely not worth the $80. You're definitely going to purchase it for the name, if anything. And then lipstick so far, it's a nice lipstick, but I would feel more inclined to recommend it at a $30 price point, maybe even $35, but $50, it's a lot. So we'll see how it wears. We'll see if it dries my lips down. We'll see how it is with lunch and all of that, but again, it's more so for the packaging. I would say the only product that I'm testing today that might be worth it, depending on your goals, could be the foundation, because it truly is so skin-like and doesn't look like I have any makeup on. But the other two products, if you're going to spend that money, I think there are better products, but let's see. I'll catch you all in a few hours. I did want to give you guys a natural lighting iPhone camera moment here. Yeah, just so you can see what we're dealing with in this method. And yeah, see how you can still see my pores and stuff, but it's not bad. It's just odd how it literally looks like skin, like to a T. It's kind of crazy. The eyeshadow, I feel like the purple might be fading a little bit, which is a little concerning, but yeah. Okay, we are doing the halfway wear test. We are 4.5 hours in, and I have some thoughts. So number one, lips. Has faded, but faded gracefully considering that it is a matte lipstick. Sometimes a matte lipstick can dry your lips up underneath after they wear off. That's not the case with this. I am going to go ahead and reapply it. I did eat lunch and all of that, so it was a salad too. You know how messy it is eating salads. So I'm not upset. It didn't leave any marks underneath here, so I thought it weared down really pretty for being a matte lipstick. So I'm not mad about it. It doesn't have the longest longevity, but it's comfortable because of that. And then also to note, the lipstick is definitely not transfer proof. You know, I'll kiss my hand and it goes on my hand. It is not setting at all, but again, that's what keeps it comfortable. As far as the foundation, interesting. So the foundation also, I feel like, doesn't set down. So especially if you're oily, you definitely are going to want to powder. I think the fact that it doesn't set down keeps it really comfortable throughout the day. It doesn't feel tight, it doesn't feel dry, but it feels a little sticky to the touch, and I don't know if you can handle that or not, but that's just something to note. I also do feel like my skin looks a little bit oilier. Sorry if you hear my phone thing swinging. I also feel like my skin looks a little oilier than it normally would at this point. Normally at the halfway point, I don't notice too much of a difference. So the fact that I can see I'm a little bit oilier, you know, like right here in this area, it looks a little heavier. Something I'm raising my eyebrows at. It didn't go too much into my smile lines, which is great. And that's because I think it just doesn't set down. So it's really flexible. But I'm still liking the foundation, but we're going to have to see how it is in 4 hours. And then the eyeshadow, it hasn't faded much more since. I told you I thought the purple faded a little bit. But it's fine. It's not creasing either, which is good. But I still don't think the eyeshadow is worth the money. But anyways, I'm going to reapply the lipstick for funsies, and I'm going to catch you guys here at the end of the day. All right, guys, we are officially at the end of the day. My eyelash is popping off. Prada Beauty, one of the more expensive brands at Sephora. Is it worth it? In my humble opinion, no. But let me get into the details. So first, all over my face, let's talk the foundation. If there is one product that is the closest, I guess, to being worth it, it would definitely be the foundation. I do find the extreme skin length finish to be quite unique, very rare. If I had to name a foundation that it somewhat reminds me of, I would say the Glossier foundation. Not the sheer one, but the new one that just launched with coverage, the stretch fluid foundation. Kind of similar effect on the face, though I do think that this looks even more skin-like than the Glossier, and it feels a little bit more lightweight on the skin as well, so I think it's a little bit better. However, the wear time on this, I'm not going to say this is a long wear foundation. It's a little humid in Miami today, but I honestly was not a rockin' and rollin' today, and it's just a little heavy looking here. It's not the worst wear foundation though. It's not separating in any areas. It's still on my face where I applied it. It's just looking a little heavy in some areas in terms of oiliness, so I'm going to quickly touch that up. But no, I think the foundation is nice. $80 though, I need to get that wow factor right away, and I've gotten the wow factor with multiple luxury foundations. I didn't get that with this. I think it's nice, I like it, and I most definitely will continue to use it, but if it continues to wear as it wore today, it would be one of those products where I bought it for $80, I'm not going to return it, I like it enough, but once I finish it, I'm not going to buy the refill, even at the more affordable price point that it is. I said it was 80, it's not, but you know what I'm saying. That was it right here. I don't know if it's coincidental having to do with this foundation. Anyways, the foundation, it's good. It would be a great foundation if it was like $40, but for the price point, it's gotta be like La Mer quality, Tom Ford quality, my favorite Hourglass quality, my favorite NARS quality, and it's not quite up there with those. It's still a great foundation, but I wouldn't feel right recommending it at that price point to you. Eyeshadow palette, absolutely not worth it. Good quality, nice luxury quality. One of you guys said it was really outdated, and I do agree with that, just the way that it looks. It's like an outdated style. I feel like the purple has definitely faded. The application was really beautiful, but this is $80, and no. You can get a really good luxury palette for $80 with a lot more shades, or even then, I'd allocate that money towards some of my favorite Tom Ford ones. I like better, if we're going to talk quads here, Charlotte Tilbury is better, Dior, some can be worse from Dior, but Dior has ones that are like amazing. Not this one, not feeling it. The lipstick, it's a nice lipstick, but it's a $50. It's a $50 lipstick. I actually think the wear down on this is pretty. I like that even when it wears down, you can still layer over top and it doesn't get chunky or just icky on the lips. It's really pretty with application. It's a beautiful soft matte formula. I do like this formula, but it's $50, so I'm gonna let that sit with you and you can decide from there. So overall, if you're purchasing this, I would say you have to be in it for the name to make it a little bit more worthwhile to you. The products didn't wow me. The closest thing to a wow was a foundation, and even then we didn't really get there. So if it was like a half the price line, I would like it a lot more. But I just wasn't wowed today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review and found it helpful. If you've tried Prada Beauty, let me know your thoughts down below. I know a lot of you guys were loving the foundation. I can see why. And I'm going to continue wearing this because do keep in mind, this is a first impression. And while I do say my first impressions more often than not stay pretty true, I want to wear the foundation more. That is one where I want to test it out more. The other two products, I feel like I got a really good feel on. So just keep an eye out for that. This will be featured in an upcoming speed reviews. And I'm gonna end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye guys, have a good one.